My guests right now are Shannon Huey and Maverick Robinson from Next Step Capital Funding. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. How are you?
I am
morning,
good.
Dana.
You are just a ball of energy over there, Maverick.
I'm just so excited to see you.
You know what? It's mutual.
Absolutely.
This is some good energy here. So listen, it is really difficult, I think, when you're already kind of have the deck stacked against you. If you want to start investing and raising your own financial well-being, and you can't get a loan. Maybe you've had some problems with your credit. Maybe you don't make enough to qualify for certain things, whatever it is. So there's got to be some solutions, right? So is that sort of the backbone of Next Step?
Absolutely. Next Step Capital Funding, we bridge the gap in lending. We provide you the money you need when you need it.
Oh, have you done radio before? You've been you.
No, I just enjoy doing what I do.
You are passionate. I love it. Okay, so the idea is mostly around flipping homes. Is that sort of what the money is for?
Yes, absolutely. We notice in the fix and flip industry, no matter if you're buying a house or you're doing fix and flips or buying whole or cash out refi, we have one common denominator, and that is the lack of money.
Yeah.
So, there are a lot of hard money lenders and joint venture investors, and they all require you to participate with durable dollars.
So, in other words, you got to come to the table with a certain percentage of the value of that property when you want to buy it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've bridged the gap by providing that durable dollars for cash down or gap funding for you to participate in those lending ventures.
So, hold on. So, Shannon, help me out here. I want to buy this property. It costs $100,000. I don't have any cash to put down, and you guys are going to hook me up?
Yes, we'll give you up. Yes, we'll give you up to $200,000 cash in 5 to 7 business days. All you have to do is fill out the application.
So you're doing that just because I'm cute?
No, you have to be credit worthy. Your credit has to be over 660.
Okay.
That's the benchmark.
So you're looking for but that's not super high credit. That's sort of median. That's sort of fair. Okay. Because I know like the high numbers are more like in the high 700s, 800s, right?
Absolutely.
For good. So you're allowing non-perfect here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you've been doing this for a while, Maverick. You've been in this business you've been in this game for a while.
I've been in this game for 40 years, but as far as
no way. What are you like? You started when you were 5, dude?
Well, I'm 60 years old, December the 10th. Mm-hmm. However, since 2008, I've been doing the mortgages.
Okay.
So as long as they have a 660 credit score and no more than 4 inquiries, we can get them $50,000, $75,000 to $200,000 in cash in 5 to 7 days.
So I feel like there's always a catch, right? Shannon Huey hanging out with us this morning along with Maverick Robinson. They are Next Step Capital Funding. Is there a catch?
No, there's not a particularly a catch because the money is unsecured.
Okay.
I mean, it's not attached to any property. There's no collateral needed.
Okay, so I don't have to put my residence up for collateral or anything like that.
You're absolutely correct.
Okay, so what happens if I can't pay you back? Do you come and take my firstborn? What happens?
No, it just screws your credit up pretty much because it's not attached to anything.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. And so the interest rates are comparable? Where do the interest rates fall in?
The interest rate falls between 7 and 9%, depending on your credit worthiness, as any bank does.
And what's the length of the loans?
The lengths vary from 3 to 5 to 7 years.
Okay. And I think you guys were telling me there's a fee too, correct?
Yes, the fees are 15%. 15% performance fee, but that 15% comes out of the cash durable dollars after you receive your money in your bank.
Okay, but the general idea here is if you're using it for something like a flip, which the whole point of that is to take something that has a pretty low value, fix it up on the cheap, and sell it for a higher value.
Yes.
So if you do the math and you work it out and you decide if these are dollars you can afford, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And once you can quantify the value of the money and go ahead and justify that percentage, then you're pretty much in the plus.
So I think when we were all first talking about this before you guys came on the air, I think what occurs to me is there are a lot of tools out there in the world, and there's a lot of reasons that you might need a particular tool at a particular time. And if like with any tool, you have to understand what your problem is, what your situation is, and whether or not this is the right tool to apply for the situation. Correct?
Absolutely.
And I feel like you guys were telling me we were talking about some of the people that have taken advantage of this, who had these incredible situations. I think you were telling a story, Shannon, about a woman who was trying to help her daughter who was sick. Can you tell me that? Because I love that story.
Yes, I met Maverick through a lady that her daughter is a nurse, and she had a baby that was premature. And she came to me and she saw a flip that she wanted to do. And Maverick was the one that funded it. So her daughter could stay home with the baby at least for 6 months and not having to worry about paying her bills. So it's money when you need it based on your needs. So it's not just for fix and flip. It's for funerals, emergency that comes up. It's for medical. Like Maverick have a story about a lady that had cancer that needed it.
Yeah, tell that one, Maverick.
Yeah, that was a fantastic. About a year ago, there was a young lady, an older lady, who came home from cancer treatment, and they had sent her on to hospice to die.
Wow.
And her granddaughter had contacted me because she knew that we were into unsecured funding. So her granddaughter happened to have a 675 credit score, was able to get $86,000 and send her mom to alternative care treatment. And to this day, she's still alive.
So she just was she knew she could take that loan and pay it off over the short period of time. Mm-hmm. I think that's a lot of people, you just need that little bit of help. It's not and this is also one of the reasons I love this is because I feel like a lot of us, all these stories we talk about that are politically based, it's like there's this idea that we have to sit around and wait for the government to come in and solve our problems.
Absolutely.
And, I'm just saying, Maverick, we've been around we've all in this room been around the block a couple of times.
Absolutely.
Maybe not new guy Nick. He's only been around the block once. He's a youngster. But the rest of us, and the government they don't show up. I mean, there are some government programs, but not like this.
No.
And so, I'm actually a cancer survivor myself, and it's expensive.
Absolutely.
And I'm self-employed, so I had insurance, but it was terrible insurance, and it was very expensive. And, thankfully in my case, I had family that was able to help me get through it. But not everybody does. So the idea that there are tools out there like this that could just be used to grow a business if you want to be doing a flipping business.
Absolutely.
But could also be used to step in a health situation like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially right now with the healthcare for self-employed folks, it's even worse now.
Right.
So, hey, listen, I don't want to run out of time here, but I also want to talk about, can people use this maybe to start a business? Is it kind of open in terms of what you could use Next Step for?
Absolutely. Next Step funding can also be used for business startup and or working capital.
Inventory.
In fact, we were at a franchise expo, and there are 25 people who are interested in purchasing a franchise and they were to do so through Next Step Capital.
Yeah, that's a perfect example because the same deal. You need cash to come to the table to buy a franchise.
Absolutely.
And you're saying we can help you with that.
Absolutely. And if you're in a time-critical situation, because a lot of people change their mind quickly, so now we can expedite the purchase of that opportunity expeditiously.
Yeah, and I heard another thing you guys might be able to help finance, maybe like the wedding thing.
Yes. That's my avenue. I did the Great Bridal Expo last week Sunday, where you have a lot of new couples that's coming in.
Yeah.
And they're not able to finance the whole wedding. And we give them up to 7 years. And they can also put away some of the money for any kind of emergency, because when you're joining together as a couple, you don't know who has what and who has what. And this is something that could financially help you, because finance is one of the number one reason for divorces. So if you have a little $50,000 sitting there to buy a home, you have a new baby coming in, you need to pay, you need to buy furniture. So I had a lot of young couples that actually signed up.
I do actually kind of get that, because I do feel like as much as it would be great if we could all be smart and save all that money up ahead of time. Also, not generally how it works for a lot of people. We want to get married now. We don't want to wait 5 years until we have the money. This way you can get the money, pay it off at a reasonable rate, and go have your wedding and your awesome honeymoon.
And especially when Valentine's Day is only 7 days away.
Okay, that's going to be a lot of engagements. And people need those rings. Yeah, you need that ring.
That is so true.
Yes, indeed. I think if I was the guy, I'm not going to lie, I'd make the girl sign something like, hey, if you're not nice, I get it back. I'm just saying.
Well,
that's a lot of money. Just put that out there. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, get that thing back. But I don't think you can do that actually if it's a gift. They have to, anyway, that's a whole other story.
Well, you can pay for the legal services to get it back.
You can borrow, there you go. You borrow enough money from Next Step Capital Funding to buy the ring and save some for legal fees just in case.
Absolutely. Right. And then if they die, you use the money for the funeral.
Right. Yes. or maybe just a lawyer for the prenup.
Right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
You guys, I love it. Next Step Capital Funding, a really interesting solution to a lot of problems for people. So great to have you both here. Maverick and Shannon from Next Step Capital Funding. We'll post a link to all things Next Step on our show notes page at danabarrett.com.
The Dana Barrett Barrett Show on demand is presented by Equifax. Catch Dana weekday mornings at 8 on Viz 1190 and at Viz1190.com.